Pomonal Hall has always been a gathering place for celebrations, as well as a safe and healing space in more traumatic times, such as when fire ravaged the area. Pomonal held a switch-on event to celebrate 50 years since electricity was first turned on at the hall.
Television's off, it's all right, I don't want any background talking behind me.
Listen, the lady's going to ask you a question, and you will use the questions to start your... So she said, were you born in Pomonal? You go, I was born in Pomonal.
Okay, not just yes.
Not just yes.
My name is Ken Simon, and my wife and I came up from Melbourne.
Well, my name is Richard Harrison. I've lived in Pomonal 79 and a half years.
My name's Michael McMurtry. We've been in Pomonal itself about 2 years.
My name is Robert McAlpine. I live in Pomonal and I've moved from Melbourne some 24 years ago.
I'm only a new resident of Pomonal. I've only been here for 10 years, but the people here, the older residents, have embraced us, and we've become part of the community, and it's been great.
But just at the back of Pomonal, which is over yonder, and we've been there for generations, 5 generations.
My father was an orchardist, and we struggled on. He finished up with a family of 7. They're peaches, plums on this side.
We don't get the range or the spectrum of people. And guess who turned up? My friend Denise turns up a couple of years ago, tipped the town on its head and expanded people's thought processes, and the fact that she's a lovely person anyway.
Thank you.
Well, it's true. The fact that she's a lovely person anyway just makes it easier for people to accept the change.
I'm Denise Daniels. I live in Pomonal. I've lived here for 3 years. I moved to Pomonal because I was sick of living in Melbourne and sick of all the club scene and that lifestyle, and I was looking for something healthier and more fun. I've met so many of the older residents who've all done wonderful things, like they had their wedding reception here or they had their debutante ball here.
We used to have monthly dances as I got a little older and helped with organising dances and all the rest of it. I spent many an evening taking money at the door there.
The school uses it. The school hasn't got a hall, so they use it for their hall across the road.
It's used by not just the 200 or 300 people that live in the catchment here, but the wider catchment.
The biggest event in my early life was the 1939 bushfire, and we lost everything.
Well, the hall did play a big part during the fires because everybody came down here and watched the fires race through Pomonal, and everybody was congregated here as a safe place, if you like, and then after the fires, as I say, everybody just banded together and helped each other out.
The 60s exhibition here is things that we've collected from all the residents of the town, anything iconic that they had from the 1960s, because that was 50 years ago when the power was first connected. And we've got all sorts of pictorial display and all sorts of items from that period.
We opened an antiques shop. And I've just put some of it into the hall for today's festivities.
The combi was amazing. When I first started asking about what people had in the town that would be suitable for a 1960s expo, one resident, 4th generation Pomonal resident, said, I think I might have something that would be just perfect for you. And 2 weeks ago I went to get it to bring it back up here to put out the front of the hall, climbed in, turned the ignition on, it just started.
The truck's here because they wanted somewhere to put the band tonight.
Our celebration here is about 50 years since power was first connected to Pomonal, and we are having a reenactment of the gas lights that we had originally before the power was put on in 1961.
Right.
There we go. Ooh.
I've been waiting for 20 years for somebody to turn up just to sort of create a bit more balance. Well, I got more than I bargained for when Denise turned up.
Life's great in Pomonal. Most people are just absolutely wonderful. Once you get to know them, they're excellent. The usual odd few that can have trouble handling new and different, but the vast majority of people are wonderful.
Are you an individual?
I don't know. It's an individual.
Well, you're different.
I'm different, yes. I'm definitely different. In another life, I had lots of abilities and lots of skills to do all sorts of things. But now, in my new life, I like to just sit around and look pretty.